Good evening. My name is Chase Rainwater, and I'm honored to be a member of this year's class of inductees into the Arkansas Academy of Industrial Engineering. My journey into this academy began in the year 2000 with a brief conversation with then department head Dr. John English, who convinced me to make the change from electrical to industrial engineering. As an undergraduate, I benefited from so many special people, including Heather Knockman, Manuel Rossetti, Scott Mason, and Hamby Taha. After graduation, my wife Candace and I became Gators and spent 5 years pursuing our PhDs at the University of Florida. That's right, if you haven't seen me since my undergraduate days, the woman I was spending all my time with then and had been since the 8th grade is still the love of my life. And since then, she's provided me with the second love of my life, our 10-year-old son, Sawyer. After graduate school, I was one of the lucky ones. I was able to land my dream job and the first real job I've ever had by becoming a faculty member back in my alma mater, the University of Arkansas Department of Industrial Engineering. Since then, I've had the opportunity to grow a research program in security and logistics. Through that, advised graduate students that have gone on to do wonderful things and are now my peers. Most importantly, though, I've had the opportunity to teach hundreds of undergraduate students that sat in the same seat that I sat in many years ago. The desire to give them the same level of educational experience that I received here in the Department of Industrial Engineering drives me every day. I'm lucky to have colleagues that feel the same way. And these same people are willing to put up with my tendency to joke around while still pushing me to be better at what I do. I'm appreciative of the fact that any success I've had in teaching, research, and service as a faculty member has allowed me to be inducted into this academy. But I also understand that none of that would have been possible without the support and leadership from people like Kim Needy, Ed Pohl, and John White. Beyond being a faculty member, you'll probably find me in Springdale working on a robot with high school kids. STEM education is really important to me, and it's led to some of the greatest moments over my last 10 years and taken me around the world. And to all those students that have been involved in that part of my life, I thank you for being the inspiration that keeps me moving a lot of the time. Before I end, I want to reiterate how excited I am to be one of the newest members of the Arkansas Academy of Industrial Engineering. With that comes a little bit of sadness that we couldn't all be there together tonight face to face to celebrate this. In no small part because each of us would have gotten our own table surrounded by those we cherish the most. For me, that would have been my parents, my wife, and Richard and Wendy Cassidy. My parents for all they've done for me in setting me on a path to have such a wonderful life. My wife for being there for well over 20 years as my companion and my rock. And for Richard, because everybody needs a mentor in their life that's wiser than them and a friend who's more considerate and thoughtful. And for me, he's played both of those roles for well over 20 years. So to all of you that I have mentioned and I haven't mentioned tonight, and to all those that joined this academy with me, thank you again. It's a great honor, and I assure you I will cherish this for the rest of my life.